Beloved, September 3rd, 2018, in dreams, I was taken to an Adventist church. They told me to go in and observe. Then I went in and saw that a woman was singing in the pulpit. She was drunk and repeated a stanza of a secular song. She was disheveled, and she was holding onto the pulpit so as not to fall. I saw her finish, and she came down from the pulpit. Everyone began to applaud, and she came out and went to the sound system to get her track. And when she opened the sound system, it broke. Also later, I saw how she went to the bathroom, and when she opened the door of this also broke. Then she went to the water fountain that was in that church, and it broke too. So I asked why everything she was touching breaks. Then I was told that she was drunk with love affairs, and for her adulteries, her pay reached. At this moment, my companion told me, observe. So we walked away from the church about half a block away, and he said to me, observe the heights above this. Then I looked, and I saw one sitting behind a huge desk, and on the desk also a book. I saw a person who was in front of him. This person was a mortal, and next to him there was an angel with some pages in his hand, which he handed over to the one sitting at the desk. This observed them carefully, and said with a loud and moaning voice, my son has not written here. I saw how the human man was taken out, and another arrived. Another angel was also at his side with other pages, and handed them to the one who was sitting. And he saw them and exclaimed in the same way as the first. So many people passed in front of that desk, and I heard a cry of deep sadness, but I did not see where that cry came from. Then I said to my companion, I have not seen any of those who passed here. Where are they? Where did they take them? Then he told me, observe. Then I saw how all of this continued their lives. They continued their lives as if they had never appeared before that huge desk. So I asked, is that they do not remember? Then I was answered, what you have seen is a symbolism. In reality, he was never present, only his name, but his presence was shown to you there, so that you can be a witness that the judgment of the living now has recently started. The clean is getting cleaned, and the dirty is getting even dirtier. He told me, observe. Then I looked again above the church, the heaven, and saw again the desk with the one who was sitting and a huge book open. I saw another mortal approach this, and another angel also, with his corresponding pages in his hand. This mortal cried and fell in front of the desk on his knees and was exclaiming, miserable of me, miserable of me. Then the angel handed his pages to the one sitting at the desk, and he looked at them, and a voice that said, Father, my blood. I heard this voice, but did not see the place where the voice came from, because the whole heaven was filled with that voice. Then quickly, the one who was sitting exclaimed, Amen. Come, my son. I saw how they put him up from his knees, and a glory enveloped him, and I didn't see him anymore. Then we entered the church again, and one there preached, spoke with authority, because he was the pastor of that place. I saw a table in front of him with the emblems of the Lord's Supper. I saw how the distribution of bread began. So, when they began to distribute the wine, the grape juice, this pastor gave the order to drink it, and so everybody did. And suddenly, everybody, scared, exclaimed, What is wrong with the pastor? Then I looked at him, and his clothes began to stain the color of wine, but even more reddish, and his hands dripped blood. And this horrified, began to exclaim, "Help me! Help me!" Then I saw how horror took hold of everyone, because as they helped him, their clothes and hands too, and from their backs gushed the same blood as of the pastor, and it was a blood very bad smelling. Then, although it smelled just like bad smell and as blackish, but at the same time it ran like fresh blood. So, at that moment, I got really scared and asked, "What does this mean?" Then I was answered, and he told me, "Woe, woe, woe to this rebellious people, who honor me with their lips, but their ways are continually towards evil. The blood to them does not cleanse them, but condemns them, because their abominations have reached to the throne, and now it will be crying and gnashing of teeth." There I woke up. Jeremiah chapter 2, verse 4 to 13 was given to me. Dear brothers, God grants that each of us be found clean before the Lord, because our God really suffers. But He will not lower His norm for none of us. If we want to go to heaven, we have to live according to God's norm. It is my plea and prayer that each of us reach that norm. May the Lord bless you all.